Resident Alien, Season 2, Episode 5 review. So, at no point during the time his wife visited did she ever mention a daughter.
That's because his
Oh, it was his
his
first
daughter is
wife.
from a different wife. His
Okay.
first wife,
Okay.
because
I
Isabel was his second wife.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have missed that. But yeah. It's like, well, even then you'd think she would, I don't know, she wouldn't have mentioned it, I guess. But like, you'd think she would have met her at some point.
Even if she met her, she might not have
Brought it up.
mentioned her
Yeah.
because it's like not really the point of the conversation, you know?
Yeah.
She's not focusing on his past wife. She's focusing on trying to stay his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, yeah. Like, and yeah, it's just sort of weird that, like, I guess because he just didn't have any pictures of her, or, like, he didn't know he had a wife, so I guess he just didn't have pictures of anybody.
Well,
And,
I mean, it was a summer home anyways, you know?
yeah, but you'd
It was
still
supposed to
think,
be.
yeah, you'd still think you'd have some knickknacks, some family photos, even if it's just him and his daughter. Like that would be framed up somewhere, like that fishing picture. Like that would be framed up on a little frame, you know, scattered about the place. But anyway, but yeah, that was out of left field. But I guess that's settled now, so there shouldn't be any more surprises.
Hey, I'm your third wife you didn't know about.
Yeah,
And
like
I'm
that
your
would.
first husband. Like, what?
But
But I mean, he really wouldn't have anything to say about the husband part because he'd just be like, okay,
yeah.
wait, I have a husband too. How many spouses did this guy have? It's not so much the whole fact that it was a guy. It's the fact that there were multiple.
What kind of life were you living, Vanderspiegel? uh,
Vanderspiegel. Oh,
but yeah, now
because they have genders, so per se.
and also now he thinks that like well he's completely gaslighting the deputy because messed with the sheriff's memory as well, and it's like, huh. No, I now I remember that day fine. It's like,
Yeah.
mm. No, she's the only one who doesn't have a proper memory. It's like, um, what else? This episode, it was mostly just focused on him and his daughter, sort of him doing his best to act like a father, I suppose. Um, but and apparently doing better than he used to do.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
It started rough, but like him just trying so that Asta doesn't kill him. It's like, yeah.
And she probably really wants to right now. But I had to save the bison.
Wait, Doc. Is this the episode where he had to, you know what, to the octopus?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try to forget that an octopus is involved.
And that's what I said, you know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something weird with the octopus, but then again, whatever.
No. That's, I think, the next one.
Okay.
Let's see. So we had, him basically. There's not a lot to process with that, other than he has a daughter, and they left on better terms than she came in. So, and frankly, she looks more alien than he does.
Also, that play.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, the whole Frontier Days or whatever it was that the mayor was putting together. That whole storyline. It's like, oh, yeah, that was a thing that happened.
I love how the kid just like loves the play, loves the song, and the
Yeah.
mom's like, "Oh no!"
Well,
And they go out of town, and he as soon as they walk away, he lets one rip.
but kids tend to gravitate to some weird stuff, like
Yeah,
especially
that.
like the grim stuff. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
the weirdly grim stuff. It's like, okay, it's. But
I found a story that I wrote when I was in grade school. It's why unicorns are extinct, and it was all about poaching.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see, what else do we have? So we had the Frontier Days, which was just more of just a way to get Vanderspiegel in the same area as the sheriff.
Yeah.
And also to sort of gather a few different people. It's basically just a way to gather all of these storylines up and have everybody sort of interact.
Yeah. The hot pepper challenge. It's like that is true friendship right there. Like she's one every year. She steps down because because her friend needed her.
Aww.
And I'd also love the detail that like she went with the Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
But like by the time that she gets done, like it's all melted and just like running down her face from all the sweat. It's like, yep, that's Peppers. That's how that works.
I wouldn't know. I've never sweated from hot things.
Yeah, it's just all a matter of whether you get a little too much or something. You get a hold of something a little more than what you wanted. It's like, oh no, this is fine.
I've eaten hot peppers that have like burned my throat and my mouth, but I never sweated from them.
Huh.
I mean, I've had it where I'm like, oh my god, this is too hot, and I need to drink like a gallon of milk. Although I can't actually drink milk, so it's not milk. But anyway, where I need something to like soothe my mouth, but it's never caused me to sweat. For me, that's basically only heat that does that.
But what was I say? Let's see, we covered that. I don't know whether like how well, I guess never mind. I was gonna say something, but then I thought, that probably doesn't matter much.
What?
I was gonna say it was, she said the way she said I believe you didn't actually kill him. It's like, well, that could be just her being comforting, so she could just take it as that
Yeah.
instead of actually knowing anything. So it's probably not worth it. So I took 10 seconds to go, wait, no, not really.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, she genuinely doesn't.
oh yeah,
She
she does. She
genuinely
definitely doesn't.
does
But
know.
that could be you know, just her being nice as well.
Yeah.
That's very easily explained as she was being nice to somebody who she doesn't
Yeah.
think would do it. She just believes she wouldn't do it. That's all there is to
Yeah.
that.
I know you couldn't do something like that.
Yeah. It's that sort of thing. That's very easily explained. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blip. And you just move on. So, let's see. What other storylines have kind of propped up?
She went to her exes to mourn Jay, and having had to give her away because at the end of the last one, when they had the baby, it made her think about having had to give up Jay,
Yeah.
and that caused a fight between her and Darcy,
Yeah.
where she just like lets spew some really hateful things, which I love I love Darcy's response though. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
No, you
No,
meant
you
it.
meant it.
Yeah.
You just didn't mean to say it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very mature response from her.
I always did like that. I do like that about Darcy. He's just like,
Yeah.
she doesn't play around with with a lot of the social graces and
Yeah.
trying to be, do all the things that people do to sort of soften things. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you meant this, or you did this. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we did that, but
Go Darcy.
yeah, that sort of brutal honesty is kind of refreshing here and there.
Yeah. Painful sometimes, but
But yeah, sometimes you need to say it. Let's see what else. See, we covered basically the Darcy fight, which was very short. See, is there anything else
well, I
with?
mean, that's genuinely how like best friends act. Like, you know somebody so long, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, that you fight, you give each other time to gather themselves and cool down, and then you pretend it never happened. Basically, you're just like, hey, listen, it happened. Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Oh yeah, and we got the backstory of his dog, why
Oh
he
yeah,
cares so much about that dog.
and like why he's in town.
But
They've been hinting at it for like 2 seasons, but they finally gave it to you.
Doggo.
but
Yeah, his former partner, best friend from when he was in DC, was shot, and so he inherited the dog, and he came out here to try to recover, and because there's less violence, less, it's not as bad here.
I
it's
mean,
safer. There's
honestly,
less. It's safer. There's less having to worry about. You could still be a police
Losing
officer,
some.
but there's less likely to have a, you know, you know, the probably his biggest daily, thing he has to worry about is seeing if he can catch a group of kids who are tagging a
Or
an old
stealing a
barn or
bike.
something, or stealing a bike or doing some graffiti on an old barn, or doing
Well,
something
no, I
stupid
just
because
said
they're
that because I just said that because that's what Harry's daughter did when they first met her.
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, his daily is somebody stealing a bike. That's like one of his biggest things, and he's probably
Yeah.
underage drinking is probably also a big part of his job, given
And drugs.
yeah,
But
well, yeah, but given
The whole thing
where
with
they
the
are and how
pharmacy.
little there is to do in town, I
Yeah.
imagine that's a fairly
yeah, but he
common
did
thing
seem
he has to
kind of
deal with.
excited to find out that there was a murder in town, though.
Yeah. Well, that's because you think you want something, but then you realize, oh my God, this is so boring.
Well, I think also he's probably had time. He's had time to heal a little bit because it feels like he's been
Yeah.
in his job for a little bit, and the dog's had time to grow. Because it was, if I remember correctly, when he got it, it was more puppy than what he's got now, and so it's probably, it's probably been a while, and so he's had not completely got over it, but like he's had time to get comfortable and bored, and so
Yeah.
like
And when you go through that kind of loss, you get restless and you want something to occupy you. Like you may think you want to be left alone, you want to be just like isolated, quiet, but then you get bored and restless really easily because you need to focus on something else. You need to you need to think about something other than what you don't want to think about.
but uh
And
and the
then,
only other thing I think of that we that's kind of a loose string now hanging is we've got the uh we got the New York trip upcoming. I don't know whether that'll be next episode or the episode afterwards, but I'm guessing we're going to make the New York trip at some point. Unless something gets in the way again. As he finds out he's got another daughter.
Well, no, it's because you're my worst daughter.
Your only
I'm your
daughter.
only daughter. Yeah, well, if I had another daughter and she was really bad, you'd still be worse. He's so childish and petulant sometimes.
wait, you forgot about the part where all the aliens came down riding in My Little Ponies and destroyed all life on Earth.
No, that's the season finale. Stop spoiling it.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong episode.
Sorry, Dax, I spoiled it for you.
Do you have anything else?
Also, teenage drivers. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was very dad-like there.
Yeah. Like I don't think she was
Like,
yeah, I don't think she was suspecting for a second while he was doing that he wasn't he he
like,
wasn't who he said he was, because he's like
you are trying to kill us both. You are the worst driver.
Ah.
How old is his daughter anyway?
16. Don't forget he's 40. So
Definitely gonna kill us all.
But
Ugh.
I think we've covered just about everything. I can't think of anything.
Me neither.
That's because you haven't watched it.
I know. It's like, I got nothing.
Well, you did have something, but it was the wrong episode.
Completely making shit up as I go.
Improv.
Are you bouncing on particle beam on there?
Yes.
Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Anyway. I think that's about all we had, so call that a review.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching, everybody.